Chapter 31 Dharmodgata, the coming and going of the Tathagatas. Dharmodgata said, Tathagatas certainly do not come from anywhere, nor do they go anywhere, because suchness does not move, and the Tathagata is suchness. Non-production does not come or go, and the Tathagata is non-production. One cannot conceive of the coming or going of the reality limit, and the Tathagata is the reality limit. The same can be said of emptiness, of what exists in accordance with fact, of dispassion, of stopping, of the element of space. For the Tathagata is not outside these dharmas. The suchness of these dharmas and the suchness of all dharmas and the suchness of the Tathagata are simply this one single suchness. There is no division within suchness. Just simply one single is this suchness, not two nor three. Suchness has passed beyond counting because it is not. A man scorched by the heat of the summer during the last month of summer at noon might see a mirage floating along, and might run toward it and think, "There I shall find some water. There I shall find something to drink." What do you think, son of good family? Has that water come from anywhere? Or does that water go anywhere? To the eastern great ocean, or the southern, northern, or western? Sadaprarudita said, No water exists in the mirage. How could its coming or going be conceived? That man again is foolish and stupid if, on seeing the mirage, he forms the idea of water where there is no water. Water in its own being certainly does not exist in that mirage. Dharmodgata said, Equally foolish are those who adhere to the Tathagata through form and sound, and who, in consequence, imagine the coming or going of a Tathagata. For a Tathagata cannot be seen from his form body. The Dharma bodies are the Tathagatas, and the real nature of Dharmas does not come or go. There is no coming or going of the body of an elephant, horse, chariot, or foot soldier, which has been conjured up by a magician. Just so there is neither coming nor going of the Tathagatas. A sleeping man might in his dreams see one Tathagata, or two, or three, or up to 1,000, or still more. On waking, he would, however, no longer see even one single Tathagata. What do you think, son of good family? Have these Tathagatas come from anywhere, or gone to anywhere? Sadaprarudita said, One cannot conceive that in that dream any dharma at all had the status of a full and perfect reality, for the dream was deceptive. Dharmodgata said, Just so the Tathagata has taught that all dharmas are like a dream. All those who do not wisely know all dharmas as they really are, that is, as a dream, as the Tathagata has pointed out, they adhere to the Tathagatas through their name body and their form body, and in consequence they imagine that the Tathagatas come and go. Those who in their ignorance of the true nature of dharmas imagine a coming or going of the Tathagatas, they are just foolish common people. At all times they belong to birth and death, with its 6 places of rebirth, and they are far from perfection of wisdom, far away from the dharmas of a Buddha. On the contrary, however, those who know as they really are all dharmas as like a dream, in agreement with the teaching of the Tathagata, they do not imagine the coming or going of any dharma, nor its production or stopping. They wisely know the Tathagata in his true nature, and they do not imagine a coming or going of the Tathagatas. And those who wisely know this true nature of a Tathagata, they course near to full enlightenment, and they course in the perfection of wisdom. These disciples of the Lord do not consume their alms fruitlessly, and they are worthy of the world's gifts. The gems which are in the great ocean do not come from any place in the east or west or in any other of the 10 directions, but they owe their existence to the wholesome roots of beings. They are not produced without cause. And when, dependent on cause, condition, and reason, these gems have been co-produced and stopped by conditions, they do not pass on to any place anywhere in the world in any of the 10 directions. And nevertheless, when those conditions exist, the gems are augmented. When those conditions are absent, no augmentation takes place. Just so the perfect body of the Tathagatas has not come from any place anywhere in the 10 directions, and it does not go to any place anywhere in the world with its 10 directions. But the body of the Buddhas and Lords is not without cause. It has been brought to perfection by their conduct in the past, and it has been produced dependent on causes and conditions, co-produced by subsidiary conditions, produced as a result of karma done in the past. It is, however, not in any place anywhere in the world with its 10 directions. But when those conditions exist, the accomplishment of the body takes place. When those conditions are absent, the accomplishment of the body becomes inconceivable. When the sound of a bug harp is being produced, it does not come from anywhere. When it is stopped, it does not go anywhere, nor does it pass on to anywhere. But it has been produced, conditioned by the totality of its causes and conditions, namely the boat-shaped hollow body of the harp, the parchment sounding board, the strings, the hollow arm of the bug harp, the bindings, the plectrum, the person who plays it, and his exertions. In that way, this sound comes forth from the bug harp, dependent on causes, dependent on conditions. And yet that sound does not come forth from that hollow body of the harp, nor from the parchment sounding board, nor from the strings, nor from the hollow arm, nor from the bindings, nor from the plectrum, nor from the person who plays it, nor from his exertions. It is just the combination of all of them that makes the sound conceivable. And when it has stopped, the sound also does not go anywhere. Just so the perfect body of the Buddhas and Lords is dependent on causes, dependent on conditions, and it has been brought to perfection through exertions which have led to many wholesome roots. But the augmenting of the Buddha body does not result from one single cause, nor from one single condition, nor from one single wholesome root. And it is also not without cause. It has been co-produced by a totality of many causes and conditions, but it does not come from anywhere. And when the totality of causes and conditions has ceased to be, then it does not go to anywhere. It is thus that you should view the coming and going of those Tathagatas, and that you should conform to the true nature of all dharmas. And it is just because you will wisely know that the Tathagatas and also all dharmas are neither produced nor stopped, that you shall become fixed on full enlightenment, and that you shall definitely course in the perfection of wisdom and in skill in means. When this disquisition on the fact that the Tathagatas neither come nor go had been taught, the earth and the entire great Trichiliacosm shook in 6 ways. It stirred, quaked, was agitated, resounded and rumbled, and all the realms of Mara were stirred up and discomfited. All the grasses, shrubs, herbs, and trees in the great Trichiliacosm bent in the direction of the Bodhisattva Dharmodgata. Flowers came up out of season. From high up in the air a great rain of flowers came down. And Chakra, chief of gods, and the 4 great kings scattered and poured heavenly sandalwood powder and heavenly flowers over the Bodhisattva Dharmodgata, and said, "Well spoken, son of good family. Through your might we have heard a sermon which has issued from ultimate reality, which is contrary to the whole world, and which gives no ground to any of those beings who are established in any of the views which involve the assumption of an individuality, or who have settled down in any of the views which assume the existence of something that is not." Sada-pra-rudita then asked Dharmodgata, "What is the cause? What is the reason why this great earthquake is manifested in the world?" Dharmodgata said, In consequence of your asking for this disquisition on the not coming and not going of the Tathagatas, and through my exposition of it, 8,000 living beings have acquired the patient acceptance of dharmas which failed to be produced. 80 nayutas of living beings have raised their hearts to full enlightenment, and of 64,000 living beings has the dispassionate, unstained Dharma eye been purified for the vision of dharmas.